Good evening. Welcome to Poland Daily. I'm Nicholas Richardson and this is the news. The Public Prosecutor General will submit a motion to the Deputy Marshal of the Sejm on making Member of Parliament Stefan Niesiołowski subject to criminal responsibility. The Łódź Prosecutor's Office will lay charges of corruption against the MP. The motion seeks to remove the immunity which he currently enjoys as an MP.
Sporo pracy ma w tym tygodniu Centralne Biuro Antykorupcyjne. W poniedziałek zatrzymano 6 osób, w tym byłego rzecznika Ministerstwa Obrony Narodowej Bartłomieja M.
On Monday, the Central Anti-Corruption Bureau arrested 6 people, including the former spokesman of the Ministry of National Defense, Bartłomiej M., and people connected to the Polish armaments group. On Tuesday, the former director of the Lotos oil and gas giant was arrested, and today 3 businessmen from Łódź who were said to have corrupted the former MP of the Civic Platform Party, Stefan Niesiołowski, in exchange making up contracts of companies in the state treasury and transactions of beneficial decisions made by the Łódź city government. According to journalists who referred to investigators, there were around 30 mentioned services from 2013 to 2015. The prosecutor's office is thought to have tapes of the MP who denies everything. Asked today, he claimed that all this is a provocation to divert attention from the scandal concerning the leader of the Law and Justice Party, Jarosław Kaczyński's taped conversation.
If the Central Anti-Corruption Bureau wants to arrest me, then I don't know. Please, go to Kamiński. I don't know anything. I don't have any charges put, I don't know those businessmen, I don't have their surnames. Please, ask those geniuses from CAB about everything. I think this is all to hide Kaczyński. I've already answered, I don't know those businessmen. It is a classic cover-up for Kaczyński's tapes. They made that up. Please ask Mr. Wójcik and Kamiński. I am not from the CAB. I didn't take any payoffs.
Dziennikarze portalu Wirtualna Polska twierdzą, że śledczy są
According to Wirtualna Polska journalists, investigators have tapes with conversations of the 3 businessmen arrested. Contracts in exchange for sexual services may concern the police chemical plant company. The media unofficially states that the National Public Prosecutor's Office is going to submit a motion on removing the immunity of the MP Stefan Niesiołowski.
Nieoficjalnie informują media.
Today, Robert Nowacek, an attorney nicknamed the Shark of Reprivatization, appeared before a government commission investigating the reprivatization of real estate in Warsaw. According to the commission, he is one of the key figures in what has become a scandal in the capital, and his appearance was described by one commentator as a show of pomposity and arrogance. His sister and Marzena K. also testified before the commission.
Attorney Robert Nowacek, nicknamed the Shark of Warsaw Reprivatization, gave selective answers during a several hours of questioning before the commission. The question is whether what he testified in the investigation is true or what he actually testified before the commission today. The witness repeatedly descended into polemic with the commission, questioning the legal basis for his being questioned. I will not be answering any questions in front of this commission. I will answer before the judge. Nowacek answered a series of questions regarding his knowledge and cooperation with other lawyers involved in the wild reprivatization, as well as officials from the Warsaw City Hall. He revealed that there were irregularities in the functioning of BGN. He pointed to his relations, including private relations with officials, and he explained certain mechanics of the City Hall's operation. During the interrogation, Nowacek took up the subject of real estate at Srebrna 16, the address which became well known after the publication by Gazeta Wyborcza, the so-called Kaczyński tapes. During the investigation, Nowacek was involved in verbal disputes with the commission. He was better than a Polish cabaret. It is evident that he is enjoying himself, ignoring the commission's questions, laughing. His testimony does not compete with him in his profession. Unfortunately, the other party is the most offended. Robert Nowacek has acted as a proxy and beneficiary for dozens of reprivatization cases in Warsaw for 20 years. According to media reports, he is said to have earned at least several dozen million zlotys. His media renown was gained as a result of the reprivatization scandal, in particular after the reprivatization of the plot of land at the Palace of Culture and Science. According to a commission report, Warsaw lost about 21 billion zlotys on the wild reprivatization of Warsaw real estate.
The Vice President of the United States of America, Mike Pence, has confirmed that he will attend an international conference regarding the Middle East to be held in Warsaw in mid-February. The political summit, to be led by the United States and Poland, still raises a number of questions.
The conference will take place on the 13th and 14th of February in Warsaw. Poland will not just be the event's host, but also the main organizer alongside the United States. Several dozen politicians are set to participate in the event, most of whom are ministers of foreign affairs of their respective countries. However, in case of the United States, Mike Pompeo, the US Secretary of State, will appear alongside the US Vice President Mike Pence. I can now confirm that Mike Pence will participate in the Conference on Peace in the Middle East. On one hand, it is great news as the Vice President's presence will elevate the prestige of the event. Moreover, this will also be a great opportunity for our President Andrzej Duda to have talks with the US representative. Finally, this is a statement to how good the relationship between Poland and the United States is. The information concerning the US Vice President's visit is in itself a confirmation of the fact that the conference will occur at all. Up to this point, that was not entirely certain. The conference is said to be tackling the problems in the Middle East, however, the agenda remains unknown. Mike Pence's visit in Europe will last 3 days. The US Vice President also declared that he will also visit Germany. The Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, also accepted the invitation and will be present during the conference. Conversely, Russia declined the invitation, while Iran was not invited at all.
A blast of polar air brought record low temperatures to much of the United States Midwest and blistering cold across much of the Northeast on January the 30th, causing even rubbish collections to be cancelled, halting the mail and forcing residents, who pride themselves on their winter hardiness, to huddle indoors. Temperatures hovered around -18 degrees Fahrenheit or -28 degrees Celsius.
A blast of icy polar air brought dangerously low temperatures to the USA. Midwest on Wednesday, January 30th, causing at least 3 deaths. At least a dozen deaths related to extreme cold weather have been reported since Saturday, January 26th in Michigan, Iowa, Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, according to officials and media reports. In Chicago and the Pennsylvania city of Erie, people were seen braving the painfully cold weather in heavy winter clothing as temperatures hovered around -18 degrees Fahrenheit or -28 Celsius. The bitter cold is being carried by the polar vortex, a stream of cold air that spins around the stratosphere over the North Pole, but whose current has been disrupted and is now pushing south. Officials opened warming centers across the Midwest, and in Chicago, police stations were open to anyone seeking refuge. 5 city buses were also deployed to serve as mobile warming centers for homeless people, while city police handed out hats, jackets, and blankets.
That's the news. Thank you for watching. Do stay with us for the weather, Poland Daily Business, and more Poland Daily programming. But from me, it's have a good night and have a better tomorrow.